is, and we're being recorded. Now I know. Will lead us off with America the Beautiful, and you're welcome to stand if you're able. Otherwise, enjoy the music. Thank you very much, Dave. Judith, we could certainly hear that you were singing too, so that we know that our sound is coming through. So thank you. So again, welcome back to our hybrid meetings. We're hoping to be able to continue this on an ongoing basis as long as we can manage the technology, and we're glad to have everybody back. We'll have a little bit of business at the front end here to cover some of our typical front end business, and then we'll go into some additional programs and our leadership transition. So the first item on the agenda is our four-way test. So if you will repeat after me, I will read the four-way test and then repeat after me. Of the things we think, say, or do, first is think, say, or do. First, is it the truth?
First, is it the truth?
Second, is it fair to all concerned?
Second, is it fair to all concerned?
Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you very much. Perfect. That's the best we've done in 9 or 10 months. That's fantastic. There's hope for us. For a inspiration talk, Allie Good is going to take the microphone. Allie?
How you climb up the mountain is just as important as how you get down the mountain. And so it is with life, which for many of us becomes one big gigantic test, followed by one big gigantic lesson. In the end, it all comes down to one word: grace. It's how you accept winning and losing, good luck and bad luck, the darkness and the light. Grace is compassion, surrender, faith, forgiveness, manners, and reverence. It's something money can't buy and credentials rarely produce. Being the smartest, the prettiest, the most talented, or even the richest can't help. Live with grace and gratitude.
Thank you, Allie. I'm told that I need to speak more directly into the microphone, so we'll see what we can do. Are there any guests of Rotarians here today? And if so, please raise your hand or announce that guest. I don't see any in the room. Are there any on Zoom that you'd like to introduce? Okay. So welcome, everyone. I have the distinct honor, and you all, many of you have already met Amber Beneke, who has been hired as our office administrator for the Rotary Club. And Amber has a few words to say. I've asked her to make a few words because you'll find out she doesn't know how to only do a few words. But that's good because those of us who need to stay in the background can do that, and she can take over from there. So, welcome, Amber Beneke.
Oh, I see that I accept the position and the gloves come off.
Yes. Really?
Yeah.
It didn't take long.
Oh, well, after last night, yeah. I don't know, he said to say a few words, so I was gonna really come up here and just say a few words,
That'd be
but
fine.
nobody would get that. What do you want?
Speak into the microphone.
I thought I was. I'm a mama four, I'm plenty loud. I can do it.
Take it on the stand, maybe.
Yeah, take it on. There you go.
Okay.
Speak right into it.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
I don't really have anything to share that I don't think I've already shared. That's kind of an understatement, but we don't have the kind of time that I would talk. So if you did read in the moccasin or on the website, I have 4 children, 16, 13, 7, I forget after that, 4, just 1 boy. We do tons of ball, softball and baseball. We do camping, we do a lot of grocery shopping. Yeah, my things I want you to know about me, I'm very busy. So if you message me and I don't get back to you, I promise I still like you, I'm just very busy. I like to go with the flow, I don't get too upset. And if you guys have a problem, I want to help you solve it. So hopefully our group keeps growing. This is really exciting to see all of you in the room. I bet it's even more exciting for all of you. And I'm just really happy to be here.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Amber. I've actually asked Amber to stand at the back door here like we would normally do with new guests and get a chance to introduce herself as we leave today's meeting. So, so welcome. We look forward to a long and positive relationship.
Especially that you're on the way out.
Yes, especially for that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So are there any other announcements that anyone would like to make prior to getting into some closing remarks from me and some opening remarks from Audrey? Yes, Jennifer?
Do you have our organization or a business or what are we opening the floor for?
Just whatever you have as a Rotary related announcement.
Well, Rotary is a great supporter of United Way, and we are doing our Running Start for School program right now. We have a goal of 2,800 backpacks, which is the total need of the kids in Olmsted County, which is 800 more backpacks than last year. You can buy a backpack for less than $20. So I encourage you each to bring a backpack. And I actually have my own personal drive called Teskey Strong. So donate to my drive because my goal is 50.
Fantastic. Maybe you could get a blurb for Lori Lightkeep to put in the Moxon Power for that as well. So those are the kind of things that we want to keep people aware of, and that there are opportunities in our community that we may not be leading on as a Rotary Club, but our members are part of. And so it's very important to kind of keep the network going.
Hey, Kate, those don't come through to us. Those of us on Zoom heard not a word.
We need to take the mic over there.
Sorry.
It's not
Can
your
we
fault.
just send it out in an email or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we will, if we have other questions, we will need to take the microphone out to whoever has a question. Apparently, it's not picking up from this microphone.
It's the technical departments.
Yeah, talk to the technical department. The technical department had a 2.5 hour meeting yesterday to get our technical figured out, and I want to thank them as we go forward here with Joseph, Mark, Bill, and actually Amber was a big part of that, and Ally and Audrey.
I
as
only
well.
cried a little.
Yeah, there was a lot of screaming going on, but we did get it figured out, so. And Colin Aldis, that's right, I'm sorry. And in addition to the technical group, which Colin was a part of, I also want to thank him. I kind of skipped over this for helping arrange for Dave Jorgensen's Townsend, I'm sorry, his music and agreeing to have them come out. So thank you to Colin in absence. It's unfortunate, he's the past president and he's not here at the last meeting where he's not even going to be on the board anymore. So maybe he's probably out sailing today, so that's good for him. You know. So I have a few remarks that I will run through here, and let's see how we're doing on time. I guess we're doing pretty well. I've got a bit to say, and I just want to kind of read through these things and give you a perspective on how this past year has gone from my point of view, and how we can look at a handoff to Audrey and the new leadership team. So Rotarian friends, with the 2021 Rotary year ending and the new year beginning July 1st, we have an opportunity to pause and reflect on the past year's activities while we plan for the upcoming year. We're here today, where we are today is not even close to what we envisioned for ourselves, our families, our Rotary Club, our communities, or the world circumstances. The global pandemic, the recent racial upheavals, the political polarization, and the resulting economic turmoil has collectively changed the world, and the future will not resemble in many ways the old normal that we have experienced in our lives. It is a challenge, however, that we should embrace, not shy away from. As you are all aware, the Rotary Club of Rochester has been finding ways this past year to stay connected with the online Zoom meetings and social get-togethers. These type of activities have allowed us to keep moving forward on a limited basis, and we now appear to be able to safely open back up with face-to-face meetings. And if we can master the technology, we will also continue to offer Zoom connections for those who prefer that. In spite of the challenges, our club has been able to serve the Rochester community in some of the ways that we have in the past, such as bell ringing for the Salvation Army, and the recent 3-club planting event where we planted 1,021 trees in a day. So we have done a few things in addition to just kind of keeping things going. Unfortunately, this year we weren't able to put together the holiday basketball tournament, offer the ethics or Strive programs, or be part of the Youth Exchange Rotary program. But as mentioned earlier, we lost our longtime office administrator, Elizabeth Carcel, in November. She's still alive, but she just moved on. I shouldn't probably put it that way that we lost her. That sounds pretty morbid. But she was, at the time, it was the glue that kind of held us all together, and we really discovered how difficult it was to keep things running on a reasonable schedule. So as we, luckily, I've had the honor of working with a talented group of very dedicated people in the leadership of this club. And I thought I'd take a quick run through the current board of directors, just to kind of put faces and names and positions together, so you know who was involved in keeping things going here. Our secretary this year was Mark Benscotter. Mark is here. Treasurer was Mark Koshevar from RPU. The club activities director, Jill Cordes. Meeting activities director, Julie Brock. Community service director, Fred Suler. International service director, Bob Mueller. Vocational service director, Steve Sperling, and communications director, Melanie Tashida. So we have a hand for those people. Special thanks to all of them for kind of hanging in there. We didn't have any face-to-face meetings, so it was real difficult. We did move our meetings to a noon on Thursday instead of 7 o'clock on whatever it was, Wednesdays. So it was easier on me. I don't know if it was easier on anybody else, but in addition to the board, there are several people that are, I would call active Rotarians that that have had a significant impact on us being able to keep things going this year. Donna Greason, outgoing programs director. Donna has been a program director for, I don't even know how long, as long as I've been involved in Rotary. And so she is stepping down, and I believe Janine Gangus is taking that position. But Donna has done a great job. And one of the things that I always hear about Rotary, the people that have been active, is that the programs are good. And so she's done a great job for us. So thank you, Donna. Lori Ludke has kept the Moccasin Flower going in spite of all of the communication issues. And I want to thank her personally for all her work on these over these several months. It's been a great thing. And in addition to that, Janice Domke stepped up when Elizabeth left and has handled our financial side of things and trying to keep things going from paying our bills and keeping things going in that regard. And she's done a great job, and we'll continue until we can make a better transition to Amber. And last but not least, Bill Needs, who's our tax consultant. When Janice runs into something she can't figure out, he's the fallback, and he knows the history, and he goes way back and knows where all the bones are buried, I guess you could say. So, in addition, obviously the outgoing president, Colin Aldis, is stepping off the board, and he will continue on our foundation, but I want to thank him for his past service to the Rotary Club, and he's been a good mentor for me in helping me kind of work through the kinks of leadership as we moved into this new year. And so with that, I guess I would also introduce Audrey Betcher, who is our president-elect, and now will be president. If I hand the gavel, I guess I have a gavel to hand off to her. And president-elect nominee Allie Good, and I will welcome them to the podium. I did have one short additional thing that I wrote up, and I think I have time. I have a little bit of time to say this. Last year at this time, I challenged our leadership to work on the following issues: figure out how to pull together and reconnect our membership, focus better strategies on recruiting and retaining membership, exploring opportunities to share our efforts with the other two Rotary clubs in Rochester, strengthen our collective commitment to the holiday basketball event, rebuild our funding sources for the many initiatives funded through Rotary Community Foundation, which we renamed to the Rochester Club Community Foundation, and continue to financially support our club and our TCR Foundation and the International Rotary Commitments. So Rotarians, I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to work with all of you over the past year, and look forward to continuing to work with Audrey and the restructured leadership team of the Rotary Club of Rochester as it looks to refocus and redirect the club for the future. So thank you very much. I guess, is this the gavel we hand off?
No
one would have known.
That's yours.
That's mine. It's got my name on it. Oh, we got another one. There's another
The new
one.
one.
So I'll hand you the new one.
Thank you.
Welcome and
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep.
So I want to start by thanking Chris, and we have a plaque for you to put your gavel
There you go.
in. There you go.
How about that?
So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Audrey.
I do want to thank you for leading us through a very unusual year. Your steady leadership was critical as we navigated some turbulent waters. I also want to thank Ashok Patel, who is the president-elect nominee. I know he's on Zoom with us today, and I am so grateful that he said yes to continued leadership, and for Allie for saying that she will be president-elect. So thank you. to both of you. We are all living through history, and someday the history books will talk about the pandemic of 2020-21. And I challenge you to think about how you've changed and adapted during the last year. I learned that I love curbside pickup. And I hope my favorite retailers continue the practice. I learned that a lot of work can get done on Zoom. It's not great, but it can happen. And you can cram a lot of meetings into a day if you never leave your desk. And I think we've all been there at some point during the last year. As the library opened the day center at the Mayo Civic Center, I learned that partners working together can accomplish very meaningful things in a very short timeline. And I've had time in this last year, like I'm guessing most of us have, to re-examine our priorities. And I question how I spend my time away from my family. And I am happy to choose to be with you today to live out our motto of service above self. I do see the 2021-22 Rotary year as being one where we take what we learned during the pandemic and adapt and innovate our way into the future. But it's important to know where we're going. As we prepared for the beginning of this Rotary year, we asked you what was important. And we loudly heard that networking and relationship building is at the heart of an active and engaged membership, that local impact is valued by our membership, and a diverse and welcoming membership is important. Wow. I couldn't be more excited to be working on these things with you. I truly believe that there is nothing more powerful in our community than a group of Rotarians with mission and heart. Last week, I was rereading the book, The Advantage, Why Organizational Health Trumps Everything Else in Business by Patrick Lencioni. And he emphasized that creating clarity is all about achieving alignment. Alignment is all about sharing a vision and working together. So I'm giving you fair warning that you will hear a great deal this year about vision, alignment, impact, measurement, and structure. We can't all pull in the same direction if we don't know where we are going. And structure matters. Good structure means that we have good processes in place that allow us to build momentum and reduce roadblocks. We can't show impact if we don't measure it. And if we don't show impact, it will be harder to ask people to join us as we change the world. Does this mean that we'll see some changes coming this year? As I shake my magic 8 ball, the answer is indications say yes. One of my all-time favorite quotes is from General Eric Shinseki. If you dislike change, you're going to dislike irrelevance even more. And I do believe we have to continue to change and grow, and we will be thoughtful and honor the past as we intentionally move toward the future. We are so lucky to be part of a mission-driven organization with service at its center. We value that, and the people who come after us will value that too. Let's work together to align around what we value: relationships, impact, and a diverse and welcoming membership. I am honored to serve you in the coming year. Thank you. So we would like to invite our musicians back to provide us some additional music.
They knew it was going to happen eventually. They just didn't know when.
Sorry, I
Should have
didn't.
been faster.
I should have, well, so a story I thought about is, so when John Brockman and a fellow Rotarian and I got married, our wedding was really short, and my nephew said to me after, oh, sorry.
The batteries are dead.
The batteries are dead.
yell
I'll just, sorry. And after the ceremony, my nephew said, I didn't even have time to say, when is this going to be over? And it was over. So I should have warned you that I don't like to talk for really long periods of time. So in that theme, I was trying to keep my remarks short. So, but I should have given you a heads up. I apologize for that.
Okay, thank you all. The music is going to kind of take us out. We are adjourned, and Amber is going to say hello and meet you at the back door. So you have some socializing time, and thank you for coming.
Now you can play.
So basically, because here, you know, you can rent the broadcast. That's what you should HDMI like this guy. So and basically in this case, frequency, right? But in this case, you see like yeah, we still have the everything
It's only turned on when someone